Hi, this is Hamad Nafis, and welcome to the fourth episode of our weekly video audit series, Audits and Beats, where we audit websites and try to spot quick SEO, UX, and conversion wins. In today's video, we will be doing something different. Unlike in previous weeks, where we were auditing e commerce websites, today we have a business coach website on the menu. The name of the website is Dan Model, and the website was submitted by a friend who was who asked me to take a quick look at it, and I decided why not shoot a video and share the process with you all. So yeah, let's get started. So we are on the homepage of danmodel.com. Let's quickly take a look at it. Okay, so the hero section heading says humanity's biggest cheerleader, the ambitious ones. Okay, I believe this section points to different landing pages of the services Dan offers. So entrepreneurs ready to scale, AI founders, young adults, more. Mhm. Okay, what else do we have? I'm no different. Okay, a little snippet of Dan's journey. Read my story. Okay, this is Dan Model's newsletter, a 5-minute email that could save you 5 years. Nice hook, I would say. Tactics, join the private list. Okay, he also has a book, Get the Best-Selling Book, Buy Back Your Time. Okay, nice title, Buy Back Your Time. Especially I'm pretty sure it appeals to founders and and business owners. Okay, free youth events, Kings Cup. Okay, he also runs a a community for young people. He probably coaches them and advises them on their career and business. Okay, model ventures for founders of AI-driven software ready to launch. Okay, this is basically AI-driven software startup coaching focused, I guess. Get Dan on your stage. Okay, this is for if you want to invite him to public speaking events. Some of the images, and then we have the footer. Okay, TikTok 1.2 million followers, Facebook 850K followers, LinkedIn 100K followers. Uh-huh. Okay, so at first glance, what I'm noticing for the homepage is since this is a business coach website, and to like if you are a business coach and if you're convincing someone to join your program or to join your network, the very first thing you need is social proof. And unfortunately, what I would say is Dan Model's homepage doesn't have social proof at all. Like you need social proof across all scrolling depths. So if I'm talking about the hero section, there's no social proof here. So like maybe he can add something like author, entrepreneur, coach, and instead of writing humanity's biggest cheerleader, he can mention something like the biggest cheerleader to 100 plus startup founders. Now the number 100 plus is obviously something that can be customized according to how many clients he has served till date. Likewise, if I scroll down further, we have the newsletter section. And here, even though the main headings is pretty catchy, a 5-minute email that could save you 5 years, but I would say the CTA here is, again, lacks social proof. So he probably needs to add a quote here from one of the community members who have joined his private list, emphasizing on the value they are getting from it, or he can mention the number of subscribers he has on his email list. So again, missing social proof, and that's how we can address it. Likewise, if we move, if we scroll down further, we have the Buy Back Your Time book. The best-selling book doesn't really tell me anything like on what platform is it the best-selling book? Does it have any sales rank, or do you have any number of copies sold? So maybe Dan needs to mention the selling rank, or you can add the number of copies that have been sold till date. So that would again add social proof to this section as well. Likewise, if I move, if you look further down the homepage, we have the Kings Club, the one for the youth. Again, we need social proof here. So maybe we can have a quote from one of the community members stating their or telling their success story in a few words, or maybe Dan can mention the community size of the Kings Club, like how many uh, young entrepreneurs have joined his community or young people are members of his community. So again, social proof missing, and that's how he needs to address it. Likewise, when we get to AI partnership model ventures, he can add he can add the number the startups that he has consulted and helped achieve tremendous growth. So maybe he can mention the different startups, some of the well-known startups, or maybe he can mention the total number of startups that he has consulted. Likewise, he can mention the average annual recurring revenue growth achieved across all the AI-driven software companies that he has consulted. So that would again add a nice social proof. What else? One more thing that I notice here is that the hero section doesn't have any CTA. Now, some would probably argue that we have a CTA right, at the top right of our screens, which is work with me. But you want to make sure that when people are scrolling, you don't want to break that scrolling flow. So if they are scrolling on the left hand side, you want your CTA to be placed on the right hand side. Oh, sorry, on the left hand side. So it doesn't really need to be a primary CTA. It can be a secondary CTA as well. So like if he wants to include a primary CTA, it can be something like get on a free call and get on a free consulting call, or it can be something like book free strategy call if you offer one, obviously. And like right below, you can add a subtext, and that subtext could be no commitment, just clarity on your scaling path. So for primary CTA, that can be a that can be a good offer. The alternative strategy could be adding some secondary CTAs. So rather than mentioning get a book a free strategy call, Dan can have something like explore my free works that have benefited hundreds of other founders, or he can offer an ebook like get a SaaS scaling ebook, get a SaaS scaling ebook. So yeah, these are some of the CTAs that he can use for his hero section. Apart from that, what else I would say? Okay. Yeah. One more thing that Dan can probably do is like he can add a video of himself where he's talking to a potential client or the site visitors, and that would like make him look more approachable because right now the homepage is coming across as quite intimidating. People might might get an idea that he's not really approachable, and for that I would suggest that probably add a short video. Don't have to be very long, maybe like 30 seconds or a minute long, and in that he can address the site visitors or the potential founders who can be as future clients and build empathy with them and build relatability with them and try to come across as more approachable. So that can be a really good idea. And obviously he needs to add that somewhere at the middle of the fold or right below the hero section. So yeah, that's another recommendation or suggestion I have for Dan. I also believe Dan must also add a few case studies on his homepage. So, like for example, he can add a section for the case studies, which can read something like how founder X scaled to 10 million ARR in 18 months, or rather than mentioning ARR, he can focus on specific measurable outcomes or KPIs that people have achieved through his coaching program. Business leaders or people have achieved through his coaching program, and yeah, so he probably needs to add a case study section too, and publish a few case studies. And once he has done that, he can add case studies to the main navigation menu as well, because like I said, this type of website is or any B2B or lead gen website is all about establishing trust with the site visitors, and the more you can do that, the better. So yeah, the case studies are really missing here, and Ben needs to add them. Another suggestion that I have for him is the search bar is missing. So like search bar is a pretty standard feature that websites have. So if anyone is looking for something in particular, they can just go to the search bar and search for it. So it makes navigation easier. Again, all of these recommendations so far are CRO and UX related, and none of this, I would say, specifically caters to SEO. So uh, what else he can add? Probably he can add some media mentions or awards that he has won. Likewise, if we go to this section where he has get Dan on your stage, so you can invite him for public speaking events. He can probably add a few events that he has spoken at, so that would add more credibility. Now, I'm not saying Dan is not credible or is not legitimate, but as a site visitor or someone who doesn't know him, uh, they might have these questions. So yeah, it's better to add these things on the homepage. One more suggestion that I have for him is I would probably add a visual onboarding map somewhere. Like, how does the onboarding process look like? So it doesn't really have to be something very deep or something in detail. It needs to be a visual onboarding process and like visually appealing, something that can be understood in 2 to 3 steps. Another addition that I would recommend to Dan is mentioning pricing. Uh, like he needs to be a little bit transparent with the pricing. Obviously, he doesn't really need to quote the exact package, but he can mention something like starting from. And the reason pricing is important is because it helps establish clarity on the potential ROI that business leaders can generate and the value that this coaching program offers them, so they can establish a link between pricing and the value they are getting from it. And it would also help with comparison when they're comparing with other paid coaching programs. So yeah, these are some of the suggestions and recommendations and additions that I have for Dan Model's website homepage especially. Okay, what else we can add to the homepage copy? Okay, if I'm honest, there are a few questions and objections that I may have as a business leader when joining any coaching program. One of the things would be like, what specific measurable outcomes or KPIs will this program help me achieve? There's probably no mention of that. How is this program different from free accelerators or mentorship networks that are on offer? So how is this program different from those? Again, no mention of that. Likewise, what is the format of support between sessions? Like, is it through chat? Is it through email? Will it be through async videos? Again, no mention of that. How flexible is the scheduling, especially across different time zones? So again, I can't find anything in there. That's not to say that they are not there on the dedicated pages, but I would like to add, like to mention or address some of these things on the homepage. Uh, Likewise, I have a few objections as well. Like, how do I know if this program is not one size fit all? And if I have an urgent issue, who do I contact with? How do I contact with? How fast is the response for those types of issues? Likewise, is there a community of founders that I can connect with? So yeah, none of this have been mentioned on the homepage, and I would advise Dan, or I would recommend Dan to mention some of this on the homepage, maybe in the form of FAQs, or he can probably add some add some sections to address these things. Uh, Likewise, if you go to the if you go to similarly if you go to the footer again, the model method, the 5 minute email that could save you 5 years. Again, there is no social proof here. I would recommend him to mention number of followers that are benefiting from his emails, from his email newsletter. So yeah, these are my findings with regards to the homepage and the overall feel of the website. One thing SEO specific that I would recommend to Dan is like in this section for the ambitious ones where he has like probably mentioned some of his services. Rather than using a generic CTA like learn more for all three, the CTAs can be specific to the landing pages or the type of services they are pointing to, because this is the homepage and you need to get the maximum link juice to those pages. You need to pass maximum link juice to those pages, and it really helps if you have specific CTAs for that rather than having generic CTAs like like learn more. So aside from that, what I would recommend to Dan is like adding some more downloadables, free lead magnets, or secondary content that can really help people who are not ready to convert yet, to push them further down their buying journey, or like even attract traffic. Because right now, these type of websites really have scope of offering free tools, spreadsheets, checklists to to really get the to really get the traffic and to really get the value flowing. So some of the suggestions that he can have for content is probably like the the content can be regarding scaling playbook for process founders, where he can share some tips and advice for founders on how to scale their business. That can be a free lead magnet or something that potential customers can download. Likewise, he can have a buy back your time checklist, where you can create a list of tasks that can be delegated to other people. Dan can also offer, I guess, time recovery calculator, where like business leaders can calculate how much time they can save in a quarter if they dedicate these tasks to the subordinates or to people working under them. Likewise, they can be a SaaS founder prioritization or meeting template. They can be a SaaS metric dashboard for founder, again, a downloadable one. Uh, why am I saying SaaS? SaaS only because by the looks of it, Dan Martel looks to be interested in offering services to SaaS founders more than any other founder. So yeah, these are some of the content suggestion, lead magnet suggestion that I have for them. These will not only help him attract traffic, but will also help him push people further down the buying journey who are not yet ready to convert and probably are questioning whether they can really get value from this coaching program. But let's check how the 404 page looks for the dance website. Okay, so this is the 404 page template, and as you can see, it looks all over the place. So I would probably look to improve this and have proper links pointing to different landing pages or blogs. Let's check if the social media buttons are working or not. So let's go to TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. So here, social media pages for Dan Martel, and as claimed, he indeed has 1.2 million followers on TikTok. So the buttons are working fine, the social media buttons. Likewise, he has following of 886 followers on Facebook. That's a huge and impressive follower count to be very honest. And I'm pretty sure many people are getting a lot of value from them. That's why he's so popular and he has such a huge following. Let's look at some of the SEO things and see if we can find any quick and obvious ones. So let's start with the site operator tool and see what what does Google return us. Okay, so how many pages do we have indexed here? Okay, so it's saying 1470. Like this is not always the accurate number. And let's see, let's skip to the last page and see what do we have here. Okay, so the website is indeed pretty big, and I'm sure that we might be able to find a few things here. Let's see if their website has tag pages indexed. Okay, how many tag pages? Okay, around 100 tag pages are indexed here, and this is something that I would probably look to fix. Not a priority fix here because like what exactly is the issue with tag pages getting indexed? Tag pages don't add any value to search, so having them indexed really don't bring anything to your value, or don't bring anything to your site, or don't bring any value to your customers or your site visitors. So no, indexing them is the best option here. And but you really have to look at the size of the website. If the website is big and you have hundreds and thousands of tag pages being indexed, then it's an issue. Otherwise, you don't really need to worry about it. If your website is small, or the tag pages that are being indexed are very few in number, like 10 or 20 probably. So yeah, we have opened one of the tag pages. Likewise, let's see if the category pages are being indexed. Okay, we have category pages being indexed too. So again, like tag pages, category pages also don't add any value to. We are talking about blog category pages here, by the way. So category pages don't add any value either in terms of search. So again, I would recommend them to no index them, and I can see that there are quite a few of those category pages. Okay, 60, not a big deal. So probably not causing too much of an index bloating issue. That's something to keep in mind. Like if he keeps producing more content, I'm pretty sure these category pages might increase in number. And if they get too many, things can get out of control, and your crawl budget and 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 your index can get really bloated and affect your overall rankings and indexing of the website. Okay, let's see if we have the outdated blog pages. Let's go with 2024. Okay, what about 2023? We have a couple of outdated blogs as well. So success ideas that we changed the game in 2023, 5 says pricing strategies for 2023. So if these are the topics or keywords that have a decent search volume, you will have to check that on any keyword research tool. You can check that with any keyword research tool, or you can also probably use some common sense if you're familiar with the website with the niche. And I'm pretty sure 6 ideas that we change the game is something that business leaders are probably looking at. Similarly, SaaS pricing strategies is a very important topic, and having outdated blog topics, outdated titles for this is probably hurting the traffic on both these pages. There are not many of them, but yeah, I would definitely update the dates on these blog pages and update the content as well if required or if it. Let's go back. 2022. Okay, so yeah, not much, and okay, so the video has ran to 30 minutes, and I guess I'll have to wrap it up. And yeah, I hope you found the video informative and there were a thing or two that you were able to learn. Until the next audit, have a great day. Bye.